Welcome to Rose's Folktales YouTube channel, a place where we give you stories that informs, educates, and entertain you. Stay with us. In the heart of Igbo land lay the resilient village of Ahmankwo. For generations untold, Ahmankwo flourished, not just by the sweat of its people, but by the profound wisdom of its healers, the custodians of nature's secrets and the guidance of spiritual balance. This is the enduring story of one such healer and the pivotal choice that shaped their destiny. Her name was Nneka, but the people of Ahmankwo called her Ugowine, Eagle Woman, for her sharp sight and unwavering spirit. She wasn't merely a person, a living chronicle of remedies. Her fingers, strong despite their age, instinctively knew the cooling touch of Nchang for fevers, the binding power of Ogrisi bark for stomach complaints, and the bitter strength of Akwukwo for inner cleansing. She could discern the worry lines on a man's forehead, the hollowness in a woman's gaze, and instantly know if their spirit was troubled beyond the ache of their bones. Her vast understanding wasn't gained from printed pages, but from her own mother, who had learned from her mother, beneath the shades of ancient trees and in the deep quiet of ancestral shrines. When a newborn cries with the Nkwonkwo cough, or a family faced disharmony that plagued their sleep, it was to Nneka they journeyed. Her cures weren't just mixes of plants. They were carefully guided ceremonies, heartfelt prayers to Chukwu and the Ndiche, our ancestors, communal blessings, a complete approach that mended the unseen energies as much as the visible element. But then a new wind began to sweep through Igbo land, especially Ahmankwo, carrying sounds and practices from our far-off lands. Tales of Oyibo medicine, foreign medications and medicines began to spread. These tablets worked quickly, some whispered. Injections stopped the pain instantly, others claimed, their eyes wide with wonder. A small sturdy health post, with its gleaming instrument and swift solutions, rose near the village boundary. The young ones especially were drawn to its directness, its promise of immediate relief for their urgent pains. Nneka felt a quiet ache in her spirit. Her methods, while potent and deep-rooted, asked for patience, for steadfast belief, and for active participation from the sick person. They demanded reverence for the land, for the spirits, and for the very fabric of the community. How could a simple Abo herbal concoction compete with a brightly packaged capsule? Sometimes she witnessed children suffering from swift, aggressive fevers, coughs, or deep cuts requiring immediate closure. Situations where her carefully conducted rituals moved with a slowness that felt out of step with the urgent need. She began to wonder, was her inherited wisdom fading, becoming merely a faint echo in the heart of her people? Why have they turned so quickly to the Igbo medicine, leaving the grassroots of healing? She was worried. She was troubled. She began to doubt herself even. Then a peculiar shadow fell upon Ahmankwo. It wasn't a sudden illness, nor a fever, but a creeping unspoken malice. People grew suspicious of one another. Their once harmonious communal gathering became strained. The yam harvest, usually bountiful, yielded little. Even the usual boisterous laughter of the market faded to a dull murmur. The new health post, despite its best effort, endless examinations, every known medication, found no cause, no cure. The sickness wasn't in their blood, It was in the very soul of the village, a chilling apprehension, heavy as the morning mist, settled over Ahmankwo. One summer evening, the village Igwe, their traditional ruler, his own voice hushed with concern, sought Nneka's presence. "Ugonwai," he pleaded. His usual authority softened by despair. "The new medicines have failed us. Our spirit is broken. Is this a punishment? Have we, in our haste, forgotten the sacred covenant with our ancestors?" Nneka sat in silence, her gaze fixed on the dancing flames of her heart. She closed her eyes, listening not to the distant village noises, but to the deep hum of the land itself, to the unseen voices of the Ndichie, who had guided her lives for so long. She perceived a grave imbalance, a vital cord severed in the village spiritual body. The people had become detached, seeking only superficial cures, neglecting the profound spiritual and communal connections that sustained them. The following dawn, Nneka gathered the entire village, not at the new health post, but at the ancient Obi, the communal village square where the ancestral spirits held court. "This affliction," she declared, her voice clear and resonant, "is not merely of the flesh. It is a disharmony of our collective spirit, a tear in the very cloth that binds us." She offered no single remedy instead. She guided them through a powerful Ifenro, a ritual of purification and reaffirmation. They collected sacred soil, chanted ancient Egu songs, shared stories of their lineage around a rekindled ancestral fire, and partook in a ceremonial Nzu chalk marking on their forehead, a symbolic renewal of their covenant with the land and the spirits. It was a cleansing not just of the body, but of the collective spirit, interwoven with ancestral invocation and steadfast communal unity. Slowly, like the morning sun dispelling the deepest fog, the heavy weariness began to lift. Laughter, once stifled, erupted freely. The children, vibrant once more, chased each other across the red earth. It wasn't solely the ritual, it was the shared experience, the profound reconnection to their shared heritage, to each other, and to the ever-present protective spirit of Ahmankwo. The Igwe, his wisdom restored, understood the profound lesson. From that pivotal day, Ahmankwo understood a timeless truth. The Oyibo medicine possessed its own strength, swift and potent for acute conditions, but the ancient wisdom of our ancestral healing pattern, the Nneka method, the Ugonwai, was the very bedrock of their enduring well-being. It taught them that true health was a delicate harmony, body, mind, spirit, and the unbreakable bond of community. The young nurse from the health post, no longer skeptical, now often sought Nneka's guidance, learning about the indigenous plant she'd never encountered, appreciating the deep cultural meanings behind her people's illness, and Nneka in turn recognized the crucial need for rapid diagnosis and emergency care. They began to walk side by side, two strong currents flowing towards the same vast ocean of communal well-being, each honoring the profound depth and practical strength of the other. The tale of Ahmankwo is a living breath, that our past, echoing a profound reality, that true healing extends beyond the visible. It is about profound connection to our ancestry, to the nurturing earth, to our shared community, and to the deeper spiritual current that guide our existence. What invaluable wisdom! We must ask ourselves Are we overlooking in our own pursuit of wholeness? Perhaps the profound answer we seek have always resided within, intricately woven into the enduring fabric of our oldest customs. If you like my story, and if you have one or two to contribute on how well a foreign medication in our local traditional way of healing works, tell me your thought in the comment section. Like and follow our page for more stories and spirit-lifting tales. Thank you. Bye.